Hello, welcome back, Motivational Hue caregivers. I'm Lavanya, and I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So, what are we going to talk about today? I want to ask you a question, and this has to do with you as well as the person that you're caring for. When you got up this morning, how did you feel? Were you feeling great? Did you feel like you did 10 years ago? Did you feel like you did 20 years ago? Were you stiff when you got up this morning? Were you just stiff and moving really slowly? Or were you just as you were 25 years ago? You got up bouncy and moving around and all your joints were working fine. If your joints were working fine and everything was the same, that's great. But if you were stiff, if you were like robot like and barely moving, and after a while, after you got warmed up, joints got warmed up, then everything loosened up and you were fine, that means that you have inflammation. So I want to ask you, what are you doing about it? Have you thought about what you're going to do about that? Have you wondered what causes that? What do you tell yourself when you wake up and you're stiff like that? Do you say, I think I'm getting older, or just age is just getting me now, and this is hereditary, or I think I'm getting arthritis. What do you tell yourself when you wake up and you're all stiff in the morning? What I've noticed is a lot of times we ignore symptoms. We ignore what's going on in our bodies. And if you're ignoring it in yourself, you may ignore them in your person that you're caring for. And you have to be their voice. You have to be the one that speaks out for them. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to ask questions. Be more inquisitive. Wonder what is different. Why has this changed? Don't just write it off to age. Don't just write it off to the condition. Think about, has something changed that could be causing this? When you're stiff and your joints are all stiff now, if you're ignoring that and you just let that continue and continue, you probably are inflamed. You have inflammation. And if you let inflammation just go unchecked year in and year out, eventually it's going to develop into something. Your body being inflamed constantly is going to evolve into arthritis. It's going to evolve into you maybe needing a knee replacement or a hip replacement, or who knows what. You could end up with the other symptoms that are even more catastrophic. You could end up with an autoimmune disease. And so what we're saying is, don't ignore the symptoms. Basically do something about it. So if you are inflamed, let's work on that. Get rid of that inflammation. If you see something going on with the person that you care for, ask questions and let's try to address it. I think about in 2018, it was December 2018, I was fine. I was just my normal self, no issues, nothing had changed in my diet, nothing had changed in my environment. And lo and behold, from December to January, I just blew up. I mean, my face, my arms, I just looked swollen. I mean, just looked like a balloon, like if you touched me, I would pop. And I could not figure out what was causing it. I had not started any type of new lotions or any type of candles, or I had not changed any of the foods that I was eating, but I could not figure out what was causing it. And this went on for literally a couple of years, but I didn't give up looking. I kept looking. I kept trying things. I tried all kinds of different teas and, making my own tea using ginger and garlic and various other ingredients. I was taking little ginger shots. I was doing everything I could think of to try to address the inflammation. Frankincense. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a medical professional. So let me let you know that. I'm just a daughter who cares for her mom, and I research. And so I was trying to determine, hey, what is causing this? After I couldn't figure it out, I went to see a rheumatologist. And the rheumatologist did some tests and she said, hey, your ANA marker is turned on. Your body is developing an autoimmune disease. But it was too early. She said it was too early. She didn't know what it was yet, but my body was triggering something because I had so much inflammation. But I couldn't give up, you guys. I just kept searching, kept searching. Well, one day I was talking to my niece, and my niece was like, hey, have you noticed that your popcorn that you're eating has sunflower oil in it? She said that brand has sunflower oil. It's cooked in sunflower oil, and sunflower oil causes inflammation. I was like, you're kidding. I was like, what? I never even thought about it because the popcorn wasn't new. I had been eating the popcorn for a very long time. But what happened is because I had been eating it for a long time, my body was developing a reaction to it. It was inflaming me after just eating it and eating it and eating it. That sunflower oil was just building up in my body and it had begun to cause inflammation. And so when I got off the popcorn, it took 3 months, 3 full months for the inflammation to go away in my body. And so what I'm telling you is never give up, never stop looking, because had I given up, I would now have an autoimmune disease. So never give up. Always look, always try to find out what's going on with your own body, but also the person that you're caring for because you are their voice. I think about my mom. Before my mom before she came to live with me, when she was living at home, she and my father, she had developed like a curling in her fingers. Her fingers had curled so much that if we were at like a buffet restaurant and she tried to hold the plate would be angled down so much, we thought her food was just going to slide off the plate as she was walking from the buffet back to the table. That's how much her plate was angled. It was angled so much. And so she was like, I'm not going to drop it. But I mean, it just really looked awkward because she could not straighten her fingers out. And I don't know what the doctors told her about that, but this went on for years. I mean, she had just grown to live with it, that this was her new norm. When she came to live with me, and I'm her caregiver for dementia Alzheimer's, again, researching and trying out different things, it was like, oh, okay, we're going to, add some vitamins and some minerals to her diet. And so we're working on, the dementia and the Alzheimer's. We're not thinking about her hands. After we put her on a vitamin blend that had over 31 vitamins and minerals in it, we added it to her smoothie, her fingers straightened out. Just using that for a very short period of time, her fingers went back to normal. Her fingers are straight again. And so she had some type of deficiency. So she had a deficiency that she never knew. But once we gave her that mineral and vitamin blend, her fingers straightened out. And so what I'm telling you, never give up, never stop looking. We weren't even looking for that. We weren't even thinking about that, but something we did straighten it out. And so I want you to do that same thing. I want you to think about what's going on in your own body, what's going on in the body of the person that you care for. What are you noticing? Are you noticing anything different? Do they look swollen? You need to change the diet, because the diet normally, unless you have mold or something happening in your environment, like maybe some scented candles or you're burning some type of incense that you're allergic to, or some lotions or something that you're putting on your body. If it's none of those, it's going to be something you're consuming. It's going to be something that causes inflammation, like the sunflower oil. And sunflower oil is in a lot of things. When you start thinking about like all the healthy items that are out there, a lot of the healthy items, they use sunflower oil. So I really wish they would stop doing that, because if you Google it, it's going to come back and tell you that it is it causes inflammation. And so it is the root cause of a lot of inflammation, and people believe they're eating healthy. Look at a lot of the snacks out there. They're cooked in sunflower oil. So I'm just saying, look at what you're eating. It could be fried foods. It could be dairy products. It could be anything. So start doing trial and error. Just like the sunflower oil, I I had to stay off of it 3 months before my body returned to normal. What if I would have given up after a week and said, oh, that's not it? No, I had to stay off of it a very long time, my body. So it didn't start overnight because I had been eating that popcorn for a very long time. And the swelling didn't start overnight. So the swelling is not going to go away overnight. So I just want to, I hope this video helps you, because if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you're ready to make a change, I hope you remember that this video is out there and that you actually go out and say, hey, what has changed in my life? Don't allow symptom upon symptom upon symptom to stack on top of each other, because those are what's going to turn into these different conditions that's going to change the quality of your life. We're getting older. As we get older, we don't want our quality of life to decrease. We want our quality of life to be excellent. In today's news feed, out on the Apple news feed, there was a lady named Jeannie Rice, 77 years old. They said she has the heart of a 25-year-old. What does she eat? She eats healthy. She eats fruits and vegetables and salads. She'll eat fish. She's not eating a junky diet. She's not eating all of the fast foods and all of those things that make you sick, that make you ache, that causes pains. Jeannie can actually, according to this article, she can run a marathon in 3 hours and 33 minutes. And she's 77 years old. And so don't put everything down as age. Because if you're getting older, it doesn't mean you have to just slow down and just be decrepit. You can actually have still vitality and energy, and you can still walk just as fast as you ever did. So don't give up, hang in there, and we're going to come back with another video. But please, 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 I want you to subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk some more. Take care.